Uh, I see a lot of people saying they can't hear, so we haven't started yet. So inshallah, let's give a couple of more minutes for people to join in. So let's give them maybe 2 more minutes and then we can get started. We have a lot to cover today. Jazakallah khair everybody for joining in. And moderators, can you please help people with their audio and screen setup? Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you all hear me now and see the screen? Jazakallah khair. Okay, let's get started, inshallah. We will begin with the dua, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Indeed, all praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him and seek His help and forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from our soul's evil and our wrongdoings. He whom Allah guide, no one can misguide, and he whom Allah misguides, no one can guide. I bear witness that there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, without any partners, and I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his abd and final messenger. Sending durood upon our Nabi, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all to ALMPG's webinar on job search, resume building workshop, or interview prep workshop. I have combined everything together so that we can cover whatever is needed to find a job for us. So firstly, let me move on to my second slide. So I want to first thank you all, a big thank you for joining in today. This is after like long gap. ALMPG is conducting a webinar. We have been busy with the other aspects of ALMPG. So Jazakallah khair everybody for joining in. This helps us to do better and do more webinars inshallah in the coming future. So thank you so much. Now moving on, I want all of you to make this session a very interactive session. So I want you to all put a one-liner in the text message. What do you all expect from this webinar? What are your thoughts? Just put a one-liner in the chat box. What do you want to take away from this webinar? I'm waiting for that first message in the chat box. Okay, there you go. I see one. How to tailor my resume according. Okay, wow, mashallah. Okay, I see a lot of messages now. So let me go through a couple of them. Professional preparation for resume and interview. Okay, build a great resume and secure a job as a project manager. Mashallah, nice, effective way to market yourself for job search. Okay, especially cover letters. Taking some tips for interview. Mashallah. Okay, update and add current experience. Okay, so most of the expectation I see here is that so the ultimate goal we want to cover is to find a good job, or if we already have a position, how to move up, or how to find other positions. All my experience, we'll move to my experience later, but I got your expectation. But what we as ALMPG team intend to deliver. We intend to deliver a webinar where we want all the guests, all the audience who are in today, inshallah, take away from this webinar that, it will be easier for you all to learn how to create a good resume easily. I have selected down free resources where you can create a phenomenal resume, and same thing goes with the cover letter. We will teach you how to create a very good cover letter. The templates are already available. You just have to put in your name and tweak it a little bit. And also I will cover how to kind of face interview and ace the interview, whether it is an in-person interview or an online interview or on phone or Skype. And also what I want to also cover is how you can be successful, not just for your job or just for your interview, but overall how you would be successful, inshallah. So that's my intent, and that's the intent of ALMPG team. That's what we thought, let's give them a webinar where we can, inshallah, help them ultimately find their job and also become successful in not just a job but also in their whole life, inshallah. We'll do that, inshallah. So let's move on. I'll begin with my humble introduction, inshallah. Before I jump into my next slide, I want to give my quick introduction. I'm husband to the most beautiful or wonderful wife, alhamdulillah, and a proud father of the happiest kid, Umar Ahmed. That's my son. And talking about my experience, I have 15 plus years of experience in business management and consulting, IT consulting, startups. Alhamdulillah, started like 3-4 years back, public speaking, mentoring, and training, etc. And I have, in education wise, I have an MBA, I have a MSTM, Masters in Technology Project Management, and I have currently I am enrolled for another master's for my information technology management systems. And I am one of the co-founder of ALMPG and the Startup Council. Startup Council is a non-profit organization here, and I'll talk about Startup Council at the last, inshallah, just to give you guys a heads up what we do. And currently I work for Kaiser Permanente. It's a healthcare company as a subject matter expert or a senior IT consultant for SCAL region, Southern California region. I live in LA, by the way, region, and help them with their BI needs for their lab data. And finally, I love mentoring. Alhamdulillah, I have mentored a lot of students, alhamdulillah, hundreds of students and professionals. Alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed me and put me in this position, me and the whole team of ALMPG actually. Allah has put us in this position that where we can help and at least guide people so that they can, inshallah, be successful. So that's a little bit of my introduction. Let's get to the webinar. I have a lot to cover. I don't know how I can cover in 2 hours, but I'll try my level best, inshallah. I have put in a lot of information. This session will be of 2 hours. There will be a 10-minute break, inshallah. Let me give that break around 12, around noon. And any question and answers, if you guys have any questions, or please feel free to put it in the chat box. I will try to take those questions, inshallah. I see we have more than 50 plus people who joined in today, alhamdulillah. I was expecting at least 20 or 30 people usually, so because we are doing this webinar after a long time, but alhamdulillah we have a lot of people, and my intention is to help all of you take away something from this webinar, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, moving on, let's start with our first topic. Our first topic is searching for a job, and where and how. This is the first question. A lot of time before submitting a job, before a resume, first we need to know how to find a job first, or where and how to get the job. A lot of people say, okay, there are no jobs in the market, but the question begins with, have you searched for it? So that's where we want to begin it. So I'm going to show you where to search for jobs. You can, don't worry about taking the screenshots of the slides. Inshallah, we will provide you the slides. We will upload the slides on ALMPG webinar, ALMPG site. Inshallah, don't worry about that. So most of the time, 80% of the jobs which people get in are through networking, connection, or referral. So if you are not good at making connection or networking with people, I would highly suggest people to network with people, and inshallah that will be one of the biggest source to find a job. Just start talking with people. Second source, I would say online job searching platform and career website. Third is job fairs. Most of the time in any city, if you are a college student, if you are a university student, they do a lot of job fairs, right? On campus, companies are coming in to hire people. So I would say attend those job fairs. And then you can also find jobs on companies' websites. Finding job on Google is different, Indeed, Dice, Monster is different, and finding jobs directly on companies' website is different. Let's say you want to work in Google as a company, right? So you go to google.com, go to their company and look for the jobs they are offering. So that way you don't have to go through a third party, which is another job website, right, where thousands of applicants apply for the positions. You can directly go onto the website, company's website, and search for jobs which you are looking for. And a lot of the time people say that, okay, we are OPTs, we are CPTs, we looking for sponsorship. How can we find jobs? Most of the time, I would say more than 80% of the companies, they do sponsor H-1B. Don't worry about it. Apply for the job, and most of the technology company, they do, inshallah. So that won't be a problem. And a lot of other companies I have really not seen uh, people, somebody coming and telling me that, hey, my company doesn't sponsor H-1B. Even a small company, they do sponsor H-1B. Okay, so don't worry about it. Find the jobs. You can put down. I have a lot to cover, inshallah. Let me cover how to find. I'll give some more tips in the coming slide, inshallah. Social media channel as well. Now we can also find jobs on LinkedIn. LinkedIn and Facebook as well. Facebook is also known for getting jobs, and on LinkedIn, not just the job posts, but people are HR people, HR team. They are just putting up their messages on their what you call on their wall, that we are looking for so many people to hire. So you can find jobs right there as well. Opportunities with existing employers. If you are already working, you already have a job, the best bet is to search for a job in your own company. If you want to move up into the position in your company or find a better opportunity, that's fine. First, start with your own employer, own company, right? Start from there. University Career Center and Fair. Lot of the time, I came to the US as a student, right? And I did utilize my university's Career Center and Career Fair. So I would highly recommend, please do not overlook this. Go to your university Career Center. They will inshallah help you with your resume building, your cover letter. That's how I got into this stuff, right? This was 10 years back. That's how I started with resume building and this, and enhanced my resume. So I would highly recommend everybody to go in there and ask for, it's free, just go in there and ask for help. And one of the sisters said, if I could speak louder. Okay, let me see. How about now? Is this better? Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much. Please give me feedback in the chat box. Jazakallah khair. It will help all of us. Now, what else? Temporary agencies like Robert Half, TCS, or Cognizant, look on their website as well. Most of the time they do put the jobs there, especially if we have students here in this webinar who are on OPT, CPT, TCS, Cognizant, Robert Half. They have these contracting job opportunities, right? They also most of the time do sponsorship, sponsor you an H-1B. So go on to their website and look for these opportunities. They are always looking for people with less experience, or freshers, inshallah. Okay, now going on to my second slide for job search tips. Don't restrict yourself, right? This is very important. Let's say I'm in technology business, so let me give you a quick example, right? So I am pretty sure all of us are aware of this tool called Tableau, right? So Tableau is a dashboard creation tool, right? We create dashboards, we use the data. Brother Kuram is saying he can't hear anything yet. I clicked the link and do see the screen now. Brother Ilyas, could you help Brother Kuram set up audio, or just paste the audio setter setting in the chat box? Jazakallah khair. If you can put there. Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to previous slide. Okay, there you go. Don't worry about taking a screenshot of the slide. As I said, I will share this whole setup, whole slides and the PPT with all of you. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, now going back, don't restrict yourself. So I was talking about Tableau, right? So if somebody is looking for a job in Tableau, right, whether it's a full-time or contracting, that's fine. Right, you don't have to restrict yourself in your resume saying looking for Tableau jobs. No, Tableau comes under business intelligence, BI. It's a part of BI, right, or artificial intelligence. They also sometimes use Tableau. But so what you have to do when you are creating your resume or when you are searching for a job, don't restrict yourself just looking for Tableau jobs. No, go a little bit higher and look for BI jobs, business intelligence job. That's where you can also expand your horizon, your job search, and you can get a lot of other opportunities as well. And this applies to everything, every job title you are looking for, right? So don't restrict yourself. Keep your resume generic. Do not restrict yourself unless you are applying for a specific job. We will talk about that later, how about the resume. But while searching for the job, do not restrict yourself. Okay. Now, example. Okay, I also gave an example here. Same thing which I just spoke about, the Tableau developer. Look for BI jobs. Okay, be generic in your resume. When you are applying, let's say there is no specific job you are trying to send the person in the HR, you just want to send your resume, right? Send a generic resume. Don't know company names, go search in Google, example, Fortune 500 company. Let's say you don't know where to find job, you don't know the companies, that's fine. Go on to Google, search for top Fortune 500 companies, start applying, start with the first company. I think Walmart or Google are the top 5 or top comes under top 5 or top 10 companies, inshallah. Start from there. And now search for recruiters on LinkedIn. We just discussed in the last slide, right, on social media. So a lot of this time, these recruiters are just posting the jobs on their page or just sending a message, blasting a message to everybody. So you can try to look for that as well. This is just, I'm covering how to find a job, where to look for a job, right? So there are n number of avenues where you can find jobs. So don't stop applying while waiting for a response. Okay, this is a lot of time people get this thing, right? They apply for a job, they don't hear from them for 1 month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or 2 months. They still don't apply for another job. No, you don't have to wait. Keep applying for other jobs as well, side by side. Okay. Okay. Now be specific in your cover letter for every job. I will cover that I will cover that part inshallah in the coming slides. And you can apply for more than once for same position. Let's say you applied for a position, you got rejected. That's fine. You can still apply for that same position next time when it is open. Okay. So don't get this that you cannot apply more than once for that same position. You can, and you can even apply for different position in that same organization. That actually shows that you are really very much interested in to work with that organization. Okay. Now, moving to my third slide. These are some of the websites which I would refer. I put them down in order of their importance, so or where you can find a lot of jobs. So just take a screenshot if you want, or of course, I'm going to share the slides. Networking is the best. Indeed, Glassdoor, Google for Jobs, and so on and so forth. So I have put in some of the best job sites. There are plenty. Even if you can cover 10 of them, you should be good, inshallah. Okay, how to deal with consulting firm. I know a lot of people here might be are international students who are coming to the US for their higher studies, for their masters, and once the masters are done, most of the students go and find a consulting firm, right? So I want to also cover a little bit about that, how to find a good consulting firm and how to deal with them. So how to deal with them is that most of the time these consulting firm offers you a contract job. If going to a consulting firm, what to ask, right? Do you provide free training, accommodation, a monthly allowance? A lot of the time people don't know that. People just think, okay, they are finding a job, that's what they can give. No, you can always negotiate and ask them for more. Okay, most of the time during my time, this is like 5-7 years back, they used to provide free training, free accommodation, and monthly allowance. Nowadays, they are asking for a $500 training fee just in case if you run away from them, just by getting the training. So, and they promise to return that back when you get the job. So that's fine. You can pay the money, and when it's fair on both the parties, right? They don't want to waste their money on somebody who just want to learn and just want to leave. So it's fair for you as well to pay, and if you intend to leave, you just pay for it. So now, do you pay fixed package or percentage? Always ask this question. A lot of the time people are hesitant to ask this question. I would say please go ahead, ask them. Fixed package in the sense they would say, let me see if the session is getting recorded. Yeah, it is. Okay, so ask them if they are paying you a fixed package. In the sense, let's say they will say, okay, we'll pay you 75K annually. That's your package. Now, okay, what is percentage? Percentage is, let's say they would say whatever a dollar amount you get from the vendor, we will pay you 75% and we'll take 25%. That is good. So I would say stick to percentage. Even if they don't give you don't say about this, ask them, can we stick to percentage? This will give you a better salary compared to a package. Okay, ask them. If the dollar amount, let's say they are getting $60, right, they say 75 or 70/30, you are still getting better than what a fixed package. Okay, so that's a little bit on that. Okay, somebody saying if I'm going too fast, so let me slow it down. I have a lot to cover. That's why I want to kind of rush in, go to the main parts, which are resume, workshop, and the cover letter. Okay, so that second point about dealing with the consulting firm, right? Ask them about fixed package or percentage. Now, third thing I would say, I also ask them, make sure it's clear. A lot of the time students reach out to us saying, hey, I have been with the consulting firm. They are now beating around the bush about my H-1B. They are saying they're going to do it next year. It's not going to happen. Be crystal clear before you join the company that will they do your H-1B and also process your GC. Most of the time regarding the green card, not a lot of consulting firm pay for your green card. If they are paying for your green card process, that's fine. That's a big win. Or they will ask you to do 50-50. You pay 50%, I will pay 50% for you. And ask them who pays, okay? So these are some of the points. And then ask for a contract. Do you have a contract? But the reality is there is no contract in US. In the US, you can join an employer whenever you want. You can leave an employer whenever you want. There is no such thing called a contract in the US. Okay, it's a free market. Employer can kick you out anytime. Same thing with the employee. They can switch the company anytime. Now, if you are on H-1B, you want to do a transfer, you can silently make a transfer to another company. You don't have to talk to your employer. Okay, I'm not a legal expert on H-1B. Please consult an attorney here. What is your transparency level? Transparency level is, let's say they agreed on a percentage basis, right? But they're gonna come back to you. They're gonna say, hey, the client is paying only $40 per hour. So then you want to ask them, how's your transparency level? In the sense, will you show us the purchase order? Purchase order is nothing but your client or your vendor will send your employer a purchase order that we want to hire this fellow or this candidate, and this is how much we are paying. If they show you this, then means they are very transparent and they are open. Just ask this question like informal question. Hey, would you be interested in showing me? Would you show me the purchase order? Just a quick question. Hey, it doesn't harm, right? Always negotiate. Doesn't matter. Always negotiate. I have a question here. Will they really share how much they are getting paid from client to ask for percentage? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Amir. You have to ask for the check for the company. See, when you talk to somebody, you will easily get to gauge their honesty. I don't know if you all have experience, but it's easier when they talk about this, they will tell you, okay, we will also. Most of the time, I was with the consulting firm. They were very transparent. They did told me that, okay, we'll share the purchase order with you, not a problem. And they are a very reputed company. So don't worry about it. It depends who you are dealing with. Okay, now let's move to another point. Okay, how good is your marketing and support team, right? If you wanna, most of the time this is normal. You join a consulting firm, it's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, sometime even a year. I would not always blame the consulting firm. It's the candidate who I have to blame. I'll cover that in the next slide. Okay, in coming slide. You cannot depend on a consulting firm or a marketing guy, right, who is marketing your resume to find you a job. For them, it's just a job. For you, it's a life. So you have to go in, you have to work hard, you have to push them. Okay. So this question I just put in there, but ultimately we know that who have to work. It's we who have to work. They are just gonna market your resume, but ultimately it's you who have to prepare for the interview. You have to prepare for the technology and deliver a better interview. Okay. Now, support team is sometime, this consulting firm, they give you support for maybe 3 months or 4 months initially. So that's what I'm referring to. Ask them if they give you support as well when you are on a job, or just to have somebody who can help you with the job. Hey, it's not bad to ask. Just ask some questions. How many people? So one of the way you can see how good their marketing is how many people your company has, people joined in your company, and how many got placed last month or week or last 2-3 months. You can ask these questions. So that was a little bit about how to deal with consulting firm. Now, how to search for a good consulting firm, right? Now, this is the question. I would not recommend any IT firm. Please do it at your, search. So I'm going to just show you how to search for a good consulting firm. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, ask them straightforward to give out few of their current consultant contacts to get their review. Best way, right? Just tell them, hey, do you have any consultant who are right now working? Of course they will have. Just get their number, get their email, and tell them, I just want to ask them about the market and how it's, which field is better. So they will pass you on some numbers, talk to them, and get the review of this consulting firm. That's the best way, or the easiest way. Now the second way is search about the company on this is a website, right, where all the DC consulting firms are: myvisajob.com, Visa Square, and visadoor.com. There might be more. I updated this last year, so check out more on Google, please. Just type in the company name, you'll find some of the reviews there. Try reaching out to your friend circle and put a post to ALMPG community, or now also you can put a post on WhatsApp. We have a lot of job groups. Just put up a post there, a message there. Hey, I'm planning to join this consulting firm. Can somebody give me some review? So inshallah you'll find some review. Okay, and what else? Lastly, do some Google search. Okay, so this way you will be able to find a good consulting firm. Go through the reviews. That's how I did. Believe me, this is the easiest way. When I was planning, I graduated, I was looking for full-time opportunities as well as looking for consulting firm. So I did both the things together. I was not totally dependent on a consulting firm, neither I was totally dependent on a full-time job role. I was working side by side. I was also looking for a consulting firm as well as looking for a full-time role. Okay. For people who have green card, who are citizens, that's a different game, right? You don't have to go through this consulting firm. You can apply for full-time role, full-time position, because you don't need a sponsorship. Your chances of getting the job is much easier than those who are on H-1B or on OPT. Okay. So any questions so far? I just finished my training. Which type of company should I select? I select for job. I just finished my training. Which type of company should I select for job? Okay. I don't think I got your job. So if you have taken training from some of the from a consulting firm, like, stick to that. And also meanwhile keep looking for jobs, full-time roles as well. Any other questions? I want to take a 1-minute pause here and look for any questions for so far. I know we have covered a lot. And I'm going to go back to a couple of slides so that it will refresh your memory what we covered. Okay, so we covered where to search for jobs. First slide. These are the stuff, avenues where we can search for a job, and then a few more tips, job search tips, and then I put in some job websites here. And then how to deal with consulting firm. And no, it doesn't matter, brother Mudassir, it doesn't matter. If you have a citizen, if you are a citizen, if you have a H-1B, it's fine. Consulting firms are fine, but I would say totally don't depend on them. Keep looking for a full-time role as well. Okay. How to search startup companies? Google search didn't help. Startup companies. Can you give me an example? Can you give job website names? Here, job website names here. Okay. All right. So Sister Rabia is asking, any training resources you can share? I am looking to change my field. Don't need visa sponsorship. I am not covering that in this webinar, but inshallah at the end I'll share something with you. Okay. Recording, can you send? Yes. If you are a member of ALMPG, the recording will be sent to you. Don't worry about it. Okay. How to deal with consulting firm? We covered there. What else? Now, how to search for a consulting firm? Okay. Now, importance of networking. Okay, I'm gonna just highlight few points here of the importance of networking. Lot of time we are missing on this part. Okay, sitting on your computer applying for a job. I know it's easier, but your chances of finding a job through your contacts, through your network, is much easier than finding and filling the forms, those lengthy forms on a job website. Okay, so I would highly reiterate and highly stress here that please start networking with people. Survey says, this is a survey done, I think this was stats from 2017 or 18, 85% of the jobs are filled through some sort of networking. So I would say please network. Networking trumps applying jobs 3:1 ratio. What does that mean? That means if you have a good network, your chances of getting a job are increased by 2% than finding a job by yourself. Okay, so networking always helps. And the best part is, if you are a passive candidate, let's say you already have a job, your chances of finding a job are much more easier than if you don't have a job. Okay, that's 7:1 for passive candidates through networking. 70% of people in 2016 were hired at a company where they had a connection. Look at that. In 2016, these are some old facts, right? But hey, 2016 is like 3 years back. So 70% of the people in 2016 were hired at a company where they had a connection. So start networking. Eloqua, this is a marketing automation and intelligence platform company, right? So look how networking helps. So networking is not just for jobs, but also for business as well, or people who want to do business. So what happened here is, this company, the owner, the CEO of the company wanted to sell off his company. So what he did, the offers he was getting was $400 million. But through his networking, through his contacts, he was able to find better deals and deals and deals. And guess what happened? He sold his company for $870 million. Search it up, search this on Google. So you will find more details. But this is what I'm saying. Networking always helps. So have a good network, a healthy network. Okay, networking doesn't mean you go and network with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. No, that's not what I mean by networking. Networking is connecting with people whom you can help and who can help you. Okay, and now networking increases opportunity, satisfaction. Networking. Of course, we get a lot of opportunities through networking, but it also increases satisfaction, right? You talk to people, you're not lonely. A lot of the time people are depressed because they don't speak to anybody, not even at their masjid, not even at their local, with their neighbors or nobody else, right? So kind of, do networking. It helps with your mental state as well. This is science. So the more you talk with people, the more you interact with human beings, it's healthy for you and for your brain. And knowledge, it increases your knowledge, of course, when you network. And it says how's your status, right? How many people you know. There was a quote, I believe, that your worth is your network, right? So if let's say you have 10 people in your network, and those people are millionaire or very successful people, so your status will go up because you have people who are successful. So you will go up, right? And it will increase, of course, your confidence level. When you start talking with people, you get that confidence which you don't get while sitting on a computer. No, you're not gonna get that. Get out there, shake hands, and do some networking. I would suggest. Influence. It creates an influence on others, and you will have an influence on in your network, and more and more. There are plenty of uh, uh, benefits of networking. And finally, networking anyways make you successful. So don't worry about it, do networking. And in the next slide, I will cover who can you network with, okay? So I'm not gonna go in detail on this, but I will just put it on there. Take a look at this, and if you want, take a screenshot of this screen and put it in your cell phone and network with people. So past and present coworkers, people from your masjid, gym, and community organization, past or present clients and customers, business associates, alumni of your undergrad or grad school, right? Grad, masters, all right? Acquaintance you know from your personal life and from your spouse, family, if you are married, and then past or present teachers or professors. Anyone you meet and have a productive conversation is networking about anything. So take a screenshot of this. Yes, Brother Ilyas put it at a very good thing. You know, a lot of the time, see, subhanallah, Allah has given us the opportunity to network with people 5 times a day. But how many of us do that? Most of the time we overlook this ni'mah, this blessing. We go and meet, even in Jummah, we meet hundreds of people, but we don't know what they are doing. And I also blame myself. You know, I haven't done this better, but I am improving myself every day. But now everybody in the masjid, I know them, what they do. Previously, I didn't know them. So everybody who comes for Isha, I know each and every one and what they do and how they, help. Right? So in the same way, you should let people know that what you do and how, you never know where the opportunity comes from, or where you can, if you know somebody is working at Google, you might be looking for a job in Google. So they don't know about it and you don't know they work in Google. So do this networking and inshallah, it will help you. So lot of things, okay? This is these networking are in person, right? You talk to people in person, but also Brother Ilyas also mentioned here networking through LinkedIn. Yes, you can also network through LinkedIn. Send them an invite, send them a beautiful message, tell them, hey, I admire what you're doing and I would love to be in your network. Start with that, and that's how you can inshallah increase your network. Brother Ilyas, mashallah, he's one of the co-founder of ALMPG and he reads tons of books. So Brother Ilyas, keep posting those, keep sending those messages of your knowledge there. Jazakallah khair. Now, take a screenshot, please. Okay. Now, moving on. Do's and don'ts of networking. I'm not going to go in detail, but I'll just put it in there. Take a look. Okay. Okay. So for the do's, know your goal strategy. If you are in person, hey, you don't want to spend 20 minutes talking to one single guy, right? If you are a networking event or if you are in a masjid event, right? You want to spend like a couple of minutes with one person and move on to another person. Know your strategy that you want to increase your network. You want to let them know what you do. But don't start that, hey, I am so and so. Start with a normal conversation. You'll get tons of videos online how to network and how to start the conversation. Okay, I'm not a conversation expert here, but I'm just going to say you what steps will make you successful here. So know your goal strategy, be confident and positive, put a smile, come on, it's free, and smiling is also a sunnah, so please smile. And make a good first impression, okay, shake hand, don't give that lousy handshake. I hate that. Believe me, I personally hate that. I don't know, people, sometimes they don't want to shake hand and they just give their hands like they just want you to hold their hand. Like it's not working. Come on, be a man and be a professional and shake hand confidently. I'm not saying shake hand with the opposite sex, but it depends, right? So shake hand confidently with people you meet and greet them in a polite and a smiling manner. Okay, that talks a lot about your personality. I don't know, when I was a teenager, I used to shake hand very well. Since then, so one of the senior member in my community, he told me that you have a really great handshake. Keep it up. So a handshake, I also read somewhere that handshake talks a lot about your personality, that how motivated you are, or how kind of you are a laid back person. So make sure to improve your handshake. I personally hate people who doesn't really admire shaking hands. It's the first impression, a kind of personal touch. It gives a personal touch. So please improve this. I agree about the comment about the handshake. Yes, brother Kuram. Yeah, I had bad experience with people. I have done these sessions in person as well, and when I see them, people shaking, doing the handshake. Oh my God, the handshakes are so lousy. No, come on, please. It is also a sign to show respect and show interest, that the front person is interested to know you more, and that's how you show the interest and respect. Okay, learn to listen, follow up on the new contacts as well, make a first good impression, and then learn to listen. A lot of the time it's not about talking. Allah has given you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so talk less and hear more. I was not good at this, but alhamdulillah I have learned this, alhamdulillah, and I'm improving day by day. So I would highly recommend that listen to people as well. But okay, if the front person keeps on talking, okay, you know when to take a pause and when to get out. Okay, so get out of those conversations where it is one-sided. Okay, periodically reconnect with your contacts, send them an email, send them a text message, send them whatever, just connect with them, build friendship, or go out for a lunch, for a coffee, or maybe go out to play a game with them. Build friendship with integrity and trust. You see, we are not doing networking just because we want to get something out of that person. We want to build that network so that you can be successful and they can also be successful. Okay, it's together. It's not a one-sided game. You want to win, they also want to win. You have to offer something. Okay, if let's say you're saying, okay, hey, I don't have a job, what can I offer? Hey, job is not everything you can offer, right? Sometimes people just need somebody to talk. Sometimes people just need somebody to advise them. So you have a lot to offer. Okay, ask for help and help others. Right here I put in both the things. Right, ask for help and help others as well. Now, don't wait until crisis hits. Sometime, as I said, you don't have a job and now all of a sudden you get up one day and you start networking. No, it's an ongoing process, so don't stop it. At your work, alhamdulillah, at my work, a lot of people know me and I know them. Even though I don't work with them, I just say hi and hello and give them a beautiful smile at work, and they know me that I work for this and this. So it's not harm. It's not going to harm you when you network with people. And mashallah, I see there are 65 attendants, mashallah. So may Allah put barakah, and may this webinar be helpful for all of you who have joined in today, inshallah. Be a wallflower. Make an effort to socialize be a wallflower in the sense here is, don't be a wallflower here. Wallflower are just as flowers sitting on the one part of the room, no conversation, nothing, right? Don't be like that. Make an effort, socialize with co-worker at events. Ask for a job, ask for advice. So people first, when you go and network, don't ask for a job straightforward, ask for advice. If you see somebody who is successful, ask for their advice first. Believe me, advice takes you a lot further than just finding a job. Ask for advice from people who are already successful and who have already achieved something in their life, inshallah. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask questions, man. Come on. Okay. Don't shy away from online networking group. I know it's getting a lot, but you don't have to be in every online networking group. Just pick a few and stick to those. Don't be that you know everything. No. A lot of the time I have seen people, when they start talking, they talk like they know everything. So this happened with me 2 weeks back. I was interacting with the person, and this this person, I don't want to say it's a male or female, he or she, but this person said, he knows everything. So what I did was, I just stopped, took a pause, and I said, how do you know this? And they didn't had an answer. They were like, they got stuck. They were just saying just to say that, just to show off to people that he or she knows everything. So don't be like that. Be gentle, be humble. You don't know everything. There is a lot to learn. And our life, the whole life should be a learning process for us. Join tons of networking organization. As I said, it depends how much time you have. If you have some ample amount of time, you are a bachelor, this is the right time to get into networking organization. When you are with the family, you have kids, you have a spouse, it becomes a little bit harder. But I would say still, don't stop the process of networking. Engage with self-interest only mindset. Do not engage with that. Okay, that's what I covered on the opposite side. Build friendship with integrity and trust. That and this point goes together. Don't engage with just self-interest only, right? Don't be just, okay, I am just in networking with this guy so that I can sell him my business, my product, my service. No, it's a two-way process. Ask them how they can help, and ask them how you can, tell them how you can help. Okay, inshallah. So take a screenshot of this. I would highly recommend that you guys follow this. Inshallah, this will be helpful. Moving on. So now let's get to the main chunk or main beef of this session. How to build a resume, a cover letter, and a cover letter, inshallah. So I will directly go onto some of the platforms online, and I'll show you guys how to do it. If you are on a computer, you can also do it, but of course you can go back and see the recording as well. Okay, so we passed 50 minutes, 11:50. So we have, alhamdulillah, ample amount of time. So I'm going to take like maybe 15-20 minutes to cover this part, okay? And at the end, I want to really share some, inshallah, very successful tips which will overall help build a fantastic and a phenomenal personality for yourself, okay? So now, I want to first cover what you need to cover in your resume, how your resume should look like, some of the points here. Keep format simple or be creative, depends. If you are into a creative industry or if you are into professional kind of industry, like say IT, let's say business, let's say banking, or let's say you are into some other kind of like direction, arts, or any other. So it depends how you want to create your resume. But most of the time, it's simple resume. Use simple format. Don't go for a complicated format, right? This and that and those formats. Why? One of the reasons for simple format is when you apply for a job online through the company, they have a system called application tracking system, right? ATS. So that will mess up your resume. That will not get, your resume will not get picked up in that. So just keep your font simple. Use bullet points, okay? Now make sure you meet the qualification. And also one other point with this is that qualification and JD is different. Qualification in the sense they're looking for somebody who has a bachelor or a higher degree. If you do not have a bachelor, you are not qualified. Okay, that's a different thing. Now, job description, you don't have to match 100% of the job description with your resume. If you match at least 50%, 60%, then you are qualified to apply for that position, inshallah. Okay, so that's the difference. Qualification, which is, they said preferred qualification or required, right? Preferred qualification, that's fine, you can sometime overlook that, but required is required. You cannot overlook that. You need to have that requirement to get into the door. Now, customize your resume. You have to customize your resume for each and every job you apply. You create a generic resume, and once you start applying for job, you change it according to that job. Okay, I'll talk about that when we get on to that resume building, when we build the resume. Now, focus on accomplishments. Okay, focus on accomplishment, what you have achieved. Don't focus your resume on what you have done. Everybody knows what a BI developer does or what a Tableau developer does, but focus on accomplishment. Like in my job, I have created in last 3 years, I have created more than 150 reports. So I will focus on that accomplishment. And I have created a lot of universe, maybe 10 plus universe in last 3 years. So I'm going to focus on those accomplishments. I'm not going to tell them again and again in every job description or every position that I have created this, I have created. No, it's reiteration. You can put a summary on the top. We'll talk about that later, inshallah. So far, any questions? Am I rushing too? Am I too fast? Okay. Brother Azam say no. Jazakallah khair, Brother Azam. So far, so good. Okay. Okay. One of the sisters mentioned that I was rushing, so I just want to make sure I am not. So, okay. Focus on accomplishments. Okay. Now, include most relevant skills and experience, right? Let's say you have worked in different industries or different positions, you wore different hats, but you are applying for a position, let's say you are applying for a manager position, but in your recent experience you have worked as a manager, but before that you have worked as a teacher, before that you have worked as a IT guy. You don't have to focus on all those jobs. You just focus on those positions in which you have you played a manager role, right? Because that is more relevant to the job you are applying. You don't have to fill up your resume with all those experience. I hope you guys got that point. Okay, add a skill section. Most of the time we overlook this, but please do add a skill section as well. Match with job posting. Your resume should match. What does that mean? Let's say you are applying for a position. In that position, it's specifically asking for a Tableau developer. When you are looking for a job, be generic, be open, don't limit yourself. But when you are applying for that specific job, change and cater your resume just for that position. Tableau developer, okay, this is what I have done in Tableau. This is what experience I have. Don't focus on other tools. Highlight what they want to see. That way your resume gets picked up in that ATS tracking system. Okay. Now it's the number which counts. So I will actually show you what does that mean. So keep that in mind. It's the number which counts. And now get rid of non-essential information. If you have a lot of non-essential information which is not really needed, don't worry about it. Just remove it. When you see the resume format which I'm going to show, you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Spell check and grammar check. Please spell check. Do the spell check. F7 on Windows 7 or Windows computer. I don't know what's on Mac, but on Windows it's F7, I believe, if I remember correctly. So do a spell check and a grammar check as well. There is a application. There is a what you call tool on search it up on Google. It's called Grammarly. So when you put something in there, yeah, whether you have got it, Grammarly, right? It gives you what are the grammar mistake, what are the spelling mistake, and it is a beautiful tool. It's a free tool, so utilize that. So now, moving on, some more tips, right? You can brag a little, right, on your resume, a little bit, right? Not a lot. I don't say you know it all. You can brag a little bit. Use heavy words, but don't repeat them. Okay, heavy word in the sense I'm going to show you in the resume. Most of this, what I'm covering now in these slides, which will start making sense once we start building the resume. Okay, so first I want to cover this, give you a glimpse of what we are talking about, and then we'll actually create that. Use heavy words, don't repeat. Add a headline or a profile. Okay, add a headline at kind of what you're looking for. Get rid of non-essential information. I think this is a repetition. I already covered that in the last slide. Education can move to the bottom. So education can, you don't have to always highlight your education. If you have a PhD or something like that, of course you can highlight that. If you have double masters, of course you can highlight that, or kind of, but I would say move it to the last section if you are a senior level experienced guy. But if you don't have a lot of experience, you can move your education up. Save it a PDF file. Okay, most of the time people use a Word. I'm not saying don't use a Word, but it depends. When you the application tracking system, it depends what they are asking for. If they are asking for a Word format, upload a Word format. If they are asking for a PDF format, send them a PDF format. I am pretty sure you all know how to convert a Word into PDF. It's pretty straightforward. Get the Word document and save as, and under save as, go down in the file option and choose PDF. That way you will convert it to a PDF file. Okay. Now, check for typos. Okay. Cover letters. Every job you have to apply with a cover letter. If you are seriously interested in a job, you want to show your interest through your cover letter. Okay, recognizable name. If like my name is a pretty large name. I have 5 names in my name, right? So I just put 2 names there, Dawood Ahmed. So that's all in my resume. You don't want to confuse the audience or the HR who is looking at my resume. Now match resume to your LinkedIn profile. If you have LinkedIn profile, a build-up LinkedIn profile, match it accordingly, right? So your LinkedIn profile should match with your resume. Should not say different stories. Okay. Now user connection. User connection in the sense, right? If you have a connection, if you know somebody in the company, it's better to send the resume through them and easier, and you'll get higher chances to get the job. Get rid of old jobs. Let's say they are asking for just show last 10 years of experience. So you don't have to show your last 20 years of experience. Don't worry about it. Just show your last 10 years of experience. Okay. Now, be aware of ATS. So, a relevant keyword to job description. ATS is the system when you upload your resume in any company's website. That's how you upload your resume through ATS. So applicant tracking system, it's kind of a machine thing, right? It looks for specific words in your resume and matches with your matches with the job description and show it in front of summarize it for the HR guy. So the HR team, HR person, they're not going to look at thousands of resume every single day. No, this system, what it does is it shows them the profiles which match exactly with the job description, like 90% or 80%. So if you want to get in those, put the relevant keywords which you found, which you read in the job description in your resume. Fit them anywhere, somewhere, right? Even if you haven't done it, you can just put it as skills, but fit them somewhere. Okay. Most critical keywords more than once. Let's say they are asking for, let's say again, Tableau developer. So you don't have to just put one time Tableau. You can put n number of times because that's a keyword for us, right? Because the job description we are looking at is for a Tableau guy. So now, font simple. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we keep a simple format of font. Avoid pictures, no pictures, right? When you are uploading your resume and on ATS through the system, avoid pictures. Work experience, no fun jobs. Only post relevant work experience, no fun jobs. Okay. And now, no tables in resume. The ATS is not really good with tables. Sometimes people put in the table for, let's say, for their IT skills or the technologies they know. I would say please avoid that and find a better way to do that. Okay. Skill section with keywords. Generic resume, no. When you are applying for specific job, I want to keep reiterating this. Don't just put a generic resume. Hey, I don't want to do the hard work, just put the job. No. Do the hard work, inshallah. Allah will help you, inshallah. Don't leave off the date. Put the start and end date or the month. You can just go for the month as well. So just start and end month, because these systems are very smart. They can detect how much experience you have just by looking at those dates. So don't avoid them. Put the dates as well. And that way they will calculate how many years of experience you have and match with the requirement. Let's say you do have 10 years of experience. The job is asking, the JD is asking for 5 years of experience, but you didn't put the dates. So the system is not going to get your resume. Why? Because how can it calculate the dates? You don't have that experience. I mean, you do, but it's not on your resume. So put in the start and end date. Keep the format simple and easy to read. Okay. Again, keep the format simple. A PDF can be troublesome for some ATS, as I mentioned previously. And finally, just keep it simple. So these are some of the best way to get through this ATS system. Okay. So take a screenshot of this. I will give it a minute here. How are we doing at time? Okay, nice. So it's 11:03. So I want to give you all 5-minute break, and then once we are back, we will build the resume itself. Okay. So we will build the resume. I have some slides. I will directly go to that application and we'll build the resume. So take a 5-minute pause. Get your chai or coffee, and then we'll regroup. Okay. I'll be on mute. Ask any questions. I am at my computer. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, we are back. Okay, I see some really good questions here. Okay, I am excited to answer those. So first question I want to take here, hold on, let me go up. Okay, can you share your personal email? Yes, Brother Wasim, I'll inshallah share my email address at the end of the session, don't worry about it. Okay, and then we have one brother, Pervez Barkat, he's asking if you please provide some source for jobs, ladies who are wearing hijab. See, brothers or sisters, a lot of time we have this problem, or we have this notion that, Muslim women wearing hijab, they cannot, it is difficult for them to have a job. No, it is not. It's very rare. My wife, she herself, she wears a hijab, and she, believe me, we never faced any situation where she was not able to find a job. In fact, she just met few, she goes to a library to study. She's a medical student, right? And they just offered her a job there right away, here in UCLA. I live in LA, so she just got a job. She always wears hijab, and she always wear her kind of, hijab and kind of a thick coat. So doesn't matter, it's just our notion. Please don't worry about it. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, we are in this country, mashallah, they are very lenient, and they want to help you. So please don't think that, you have to look for places only where they can allow. No, there is no such thing. There's no Google search where you can do only companies where you can wear hijab. No, there is nothing of this kind. You are free. You are living in a free country, so don't worry about it. And believe me, when you apply for a job online, they cannot reject you just on the basis that you wear a hijab. No, it is against the law. This is against the law. So please don't worry about it. Inshallah, keep inshallah, if you are doing hijab to impress your creator, then you don't have to worry about it. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah, Allah will help you, and He will make ways for you where you can never imagine. Okay, and look at that. One brother Adam, Adam is saying that his wife is wearing. Same thing with my wife. So believe me, wallahi, hijab is not a barrier to find a job. It's just how we want to look at. Okay, let me help you find the job. Inshallah, try that, and inshallah, once you find the job, you'll be happy. Don't worry about it. So Shaitan will put that waswasa in your head. Hey, because you are wearing hijab, you're not getting job opportunities, or your wife. No. That has nothing to do with it. Risk comes from Allah. Risk does not come from people. Okay, so don't worry about it. Inshallah. Now, what other questions? I am in Bay Area, California, looking project in Unix administration and VMware. Brother Azam, I would say just put a post on ALMPG, and inshallah, let me just ping me, email me. Inshallah, I'll connect you with Brother Fayaz. He also helps find jobs, so inshallah, maybe he can help you. Brother Dawood, yes, I am in ASAP BO as well. Yes, I work with a lot of tools. I work with Tableau as well. I work with universe designing, and I work with a lot of other tools as well. And 50% of my job role is more kind of requirement gathering as well. Jazakallah khair. Hold on, I am a lot of questions here. I'm confused about this point. Okay, this is a good point I want to raise. Brother Mudassir, very good question. MashaAllah, may Allah reward you. Mudabbir, oh sorry, your name is Brother Mudabbir. I misspoke that. Okay, I am confused about this point, to keep LinkedIn profile according to resume. What does that mean is, let's say you're on your resume, it is 10 years of experience. So match that 10 years of experience on LinkedIn. It should not be different. Let's say your LinkedIn is saying 5 years of experience, your resume is saying 10 years of experience. Match those words, right? Match the job titles. Let's say you are working, but under the job description, it doesn't matter if you match it or not. It's fine. Applying for a specific job, yes, your job, not what I mean by job description is what duties or role you played under that job. On LinkedIn, you can be generic, but on your resume you have to be specific, just so that you can get through that ATS system. Okay, that's the reason. And every job we focus our resume according to that job. Okay, it just clicked that. Okay, I hope I answered that question. Brother Wasim, okay. I am confused about this point to keep LinkedIn profile. Okay, I think he answered that, but if we customize resume according, okay. I applied to many jobs and many companies will only get a couple negative responses. Most of the company have never responded to my application. Okay, I'm assuming because I chose the option sponsorship required now or in future. Does that matter? That's actually a good question, Brother Naveed. It depends, right? It depends. But most of the company, I haven't seen a company where they like big companies, right? Some of the time, the non-profit organizations, they don't do H-1B sponsorship. Remember that. Keep in mind. My company, Kaiser, is a non-profit organization. They don't do sponsorship here. So that is the same story with a lot of non-profit organizations. But let's say Walmart, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they do sponsorship H-1B. Okay, so start with those, inshallah, those companies. But inshallah, let's see if we are lacking a little bit on the resume part. Let's help you with the resume. Maybe it's just the resume. It's not the sponsorship. It's just the resume which is not going through the ATS system. Does dealing with recruiter is worth it? Many times recruiter reach out to take the online assessment that I pass and they ghost me after that. I know sometimes, you know, yeah, it depends on how we follow up. That's what I said. Even on the consulting firm, you have a marketing guy who markets your resume. But hey, he already have a job. He is doing his job. Whether he's doing it honestly or not, it doesn't matter. But your life is at stake. You don't have a job. So you have to go that extra mile. You have to work hard. So I hope that answer Sister Rida's question. Masab, do recruiters read cover letter? Yes, they do. Cover letter talks a lot about you. I would say do attach a cover letter. I recently read cover letter are obsolete and have started skipping them. It depends, right? If you, let's say recruiters, I'm not sure about the recruiter, but when I was applying for job, when I was emailing directly to the party who can hire me, right? Let's manager position or a director position, I would send them a email. My email would be my cover letter, right? I would tell them why I am interested in this job and what I can bring to the table and how I can, what they can expect from me. So I would just say in a kind of a personal touch. The cover letter gives kind of a personal touch. Why? Because you see, resume is just a piece of paper where you are just putting your experience. But your cover letter talks a lot about you, that what kind of person you are, why you are so much interested in this job. So if you want to give that personal touch, of course, attach a cover letter. Okay. But again, it always depends for what position you are applying. If you are applying with the person directly with the person who have the capacity to hire you directly, I would say definitely apply with the cover letter. If you think, okay, it's not worthy applying with the cover letter, but I would say, hey, it's not going to harm you, right? You already have a format, just change a few things and you'll be able to send the cover letter. Now, is hijab, my wife is, hold on, I think I lost it. Do recruiter, okay. My wife is wearing hijab, alhamdulillah. Is hijab meaning covering face as well? If it is, how can my wife work in front of male people? Brother, I'm not a alim, so that's a question for alim, but hijab is having taqwa of Allah. That's what I would say. If a man or a woman, hijab is for both men and women as well. So it's not just for women, it's also for brothers. Hijab is for their eyes, hijab is for how they wear the pants, right? Sometimes I have seen brothers who wears this really skin tight pants. No, that's not gonna work, that's not hijab. So it's for both. Hijab is having taqwa of Allah, having fear of Allah, that Allah is watching us and Allah told us to wear modest clothes. That's hijab. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that detail. Please ask an alim. I'm not an alim. Okay, Fawad Arif, how to justify your resume in case of a career or field change? How do we justify number of years missing if experience was no relevant to the field? Okay, let's cover those. I have a lot of questions, but I want to cover this resume first, inshallah. But I will get back to this. So I'm going to start with Brother Fawad question later on. Okay. How much more time we have? We have more 42 minutes, inshallah. So. All right, let me go to this site. Oh, it's opening on my other screen. Okay. Okay, can you all see my screen now? Or is it gone? Yes. So what do you guys see? Do you see novaresume.com? Okay, perfect. All right. So let's get straight into this. Bismillah. So here, so this site, I found this site, I think 2 years back, and alhamdulillah, I suggest a lot of my friends and contacts to go on there, create your free resume. So let me tell you what I am talking about. Yes, I will, all the links are available in the slides. Don't worry, Brother Adam, inshallah. I will provide each and every link, okay? Don't worry about it. So look at this resume. This is a resume of, I would say, okay, let's just join in through Google. Come on. Okay, I'll just put in. My email address at ALMPG.com. Okay, I think I'm already registered, but oh boy. Okay, let me quickly do that. Give me a second. Oh, did I? No, I typed it wrong. The email, that's why I don't see it. Okay. There you go, I got the email. Okay. 863598. There you go. All right. So look at that. This is the format. Okay, wow, nice. This is asking for a student. Okay, if you are a student with less experience, if you are a graduate, if you are an intermediate, 1 to 5 years of experience, that's what you want to choose. If you are a senior, 5+ years of experience, and then a freelancer, right? So you can choose. Let me choose this one. Special offer maybe later. So thank you, but I want to see some of the resume samples. So I'm going to go back. It's just creating. Okay. Resume templates. Okay. So this is where I want to take a look here. So look at this resume. So this lady, she's a business development manager. Look how she's summarizing. As I told you guys before that, you have to have this one-liner or a two-liner, a quick summary of your professional business developer. With more than 4 years of experience in the business development process, included in product testing, management, and development of new business opportunity. Look how beautifully she summarized all of her experience. That's what you want to aim at. That's first point. Now recall the points which I mentioned in the slides. Get the one-liner, get the introduction summary. That's the introduction summary, right? And on the left-hand side, see how beautifully she has laid down her details here. Her email address, clear. It's clear. It's not somewhere which is hiding, right? It's easy for the HR guy to reach out to her. Now, her phone number is there. Oh, that's a dummy phone number. Don't try to call her on that number. And then she put in there New York, where she lives. Sometimes people ask, do we need to put that? It totally depends. I would say I would just skip that. I would not put where I live. But if you want to put it in there, looking for local jobs, go ahead, put it in there. Put your LinkedIn profile, and she also put in her Skype. That's nice. And now look at these skills. So her skills are search engine optimization, public speaking, negotiation, teamwork. These are nice. And look at them at the bottom part: languages, English, Spanish, and French. And then now I want all of you to focus how beautifully she has laid down her experience. Business development manager. I know, the whole world knows what does a business development manager do. The name itself, the title itself suggests that they are a person who are working to develop the business and get more business to the company. But look now, she is not mentioning in her under her title work under for A State Solution that what she has done. She is mentioning here what she has achieved. Successfully managed $2 to $3 million budget projects, developed and implemented new marketing and sales plan, defined the strategy for next 5 years, reviewed constantly the customer feedback, and then suggested. Look at that, and satisfaction rate from 81 to 95%. Look how she is focusing on numbers, not just in this job. And look at the previous job as well. 25% by improving customer, 3 junior business analysts, and so on and so forth. You see, it's all about the number game. Everybody knows what a business development manager do. Everybody knows what the Tableau developer doing. Everybody knows what an SAP guy do like me. So what I didn't I mention that I have created hundreds of reports? I have trained literally more than 150 users at my current workplace. I have created huge and large universe, and I still maintain them, right? So I'm going to highlight those. I'm going to highlight my achievements. I'm going to highlight what I really delivered, right? What did I do extra which nobody else can do? You have to put that on your resume, okay? If you want to summarize, okay, put a big summary on the top. Summarize everything what you do, but do not repeat that again in the other job, okay? In each and every job what you have done. Is this clear? Put a yes or no in the chat box. Okay. If you have any question, consultant don't appreciate this kind of resume. I don't know what consultant you're talking about. How do we add achievement for technology job like system admins or DevOps engineers? Yes, you can of course put a section here instead of honors and award, put achievements, right? Education, organization where you are linked with, or if you have organization you are engaged with. You don't have to stick with this same format. Now, this is for somebody who have 2 or 3 years or maybe less years of experience, right? This is a resume. A CV is more in detail with for a person who have more experience. So you have a senior level CV as well, and like one brother said, you know, consultant will not go with such kind of resume. Okay, brother, come here, take a look at this CV. This is more for experienced people, okay? You will get a lot more here, okay? An MBA graduate, look at that, how beautifully she has it. It is colorful, it is not that boring, right? It is attractive. You can easily, the HR will definitely put it's going to raise their eyeballs, right? That, you know, okay, this is something, so they're going to take a look. So this is a CV, which is in detail for people with senior level of experience, and this is a resume. So choose accordingly what you're looking for. So now look at that. You are, let's say you are a college guy. Here is a college resume. Take a look at that. Okay, how beautifully, business developer with more than 4 years of experience, not a lot of experience, but you see how simple and easygoing resume this is. This is a very simple and easygoing resume. You can change the colors as well on the top. I don't know if this is doing or not. Maybe so. It's a glitch in the system, but I don't see them changing. But here, this is beautiful. Will this kind of resume work well with applicant tracking? So yes, to answer that question, go back to this first resume. Look at that. This is simple, right? Instead of this, just put in the same number. I just want to give you the format. There are tons of applications online, free to use. I'm going to put down 5 of those best so that you all can go there and create your resume. Okay? So just go there and customize the resume according to your needs. Okay? So we have basic. You can use basic for ATS. You can use professional. You can use college. I don't think this will hold you in ATS. The only problem I would say see here is with this part, the skills. You see how this is highlighted? I think that might be a problem with ATS, but we can do some Google search on that if that's gonna be a problem. But I don't think I have heard about that. I did during my research, I found out that your resume should be simple. It should not have a pictures. It should not have a lot of data on the resume, a lot of details. Just a simple resume. ATS should be able to pick that resume up. Okay. Now, any questions on resume part? I hope this clear. But the most important thing, which go back. The most important thing which I want to cover is that, okay, highlight your achievements, highlight what you have achieved. Okay, numbers. It's all the number games. Before I started building resume, I still remember I asked my university professor, I gave him my resume, and he took a look and he said, what you are mentioning, he said the same thing. And I can kind of, remember that he told me on my face, what you have achieved, put the numbers. He did mention, Dawood, put the numbers. I don't see numbers on your resume. What you have achieved in the organization, what you have delivered, how you were different from others. What a business development manager do, everybody does the same thing. What you are doing differently. Okay, so focus on that part. Okay, now what else do I have? Any other questions? Consultant don't appreciate. Okay, how do we hold on? How do we add achievement for? Okay, you got that. Repeat it, please. Can you advise to upload photo as this resume? No, I don't apply. If you are going through the, as I said, don't apply for pictures. Just remove. You can remove that. You can remove that from this resume. And there are some resume without the pictures, right? In the basic here, the college here, there are no pictures in there. So no need for pictures because ATS is not so much friendly with pictures. That's what I read. Will this kind of resume work well? Yes. For fresh graduate, if you have any certification, will it help to hire faster? Yes, of course. Come on, man. You have a certification. You have worked hard. Now, why don't you want to display that on your resume? Put it on your resume. Certification always count, even if you don't have education. Remember, now I have even Google. They are, when you go and look for jobs on Google, most of their jobs they're not asking for even for undergrad, right? They are just looking for some certification. If you have certification, that's fine. A lot of big companies, Fortune 500 companies, no more asking for degrees, masters or undergrad, even undergrad. I heard that in news, so don't worry about it. If you don't have education, that's fine. Just put some certification. That's fine. Instead of education, put some certification down there. So this is the resume, student or intermediate level. Then we have CVs, and then under CVs, you have beautiful CVs here. Look at this one for college, 2-page. If you have a lengthy resume, okay. Resume, always get this question. Resume size. Do not go more than 2-page. If you are a senior level person, if you are a junior level, do not go more than 1 page. Adjust whatever you can in just 1 page. Okay, that's a straightforward question. Because the HR gets only 6 seconds. That's what they say. I don't know how they get 6 seconds, but they say they only look at your resume for 6 seconds. So you want to catch their eyes. Okay. You have the detail here, and now coming to cover letter. It is beautiful how they put down the cover letter. You don't have to do any hard work here. Okay, functional, modern. Okay, I'm gonna go with functional. Okay, look at that. Okay, they got their details here, contact details. They got the John Doe digital marketer, and dear Mr. So he's sending this to a specific person. He knows the person in the organization, and he's gonna lay down what. Why he is applying for this job and why he is interested. So it's going to start with the creativity, enthusiasm of my choice. Creative agency has sparked my enthusiasm to apply and become your next digital marketer. My ambition, interest is, so on. So in the top, he's going to say why he is interested, and then in the middle, he's going to highlight what he has achieved, and then at the end, he is going to tell one more time why he should be hired. I will call you next Wednesday in order to follow up on my application at my choice creative agency and arrange an interview. I succeed at working independently as much as I enjoyed mutually sharing creative ideas. So you see, the cover letter is giving a personal touch. If I looked at John Doe's resume, I would have not gotten all these details, right? What he is, what kind of person he is. But after looking at his cover letter, I got more information about who this guy really is. So that said, so it depends. I would highly encourage put up a cover letter as well. Okay, is this clear? If you don't know the specific person, just say to HR. To HR, yes. It should be dear HR or to respective. Just put in for the HR, right? If you don't know the person name. Okay. So this is one site where you can go novaresume.com, and then another one. I found the top 5 or 10 free best online resume where we can build the resume. So I got these from there. I know Nova Resume from long time. So just search for this 5 best free resume builder website. You will find some beautiful website. Even on LinkedIn, they say that you can export your profile as PDF. That is like a resume. So take a look at that. I think I have done this, but long time back I don't know still, but try that. And there is this resume also website called Kick Resume. I have opened it here. I see some beautiful resumes here by the way. So if somebody is interested, take a look at that. Really creative resume if you are handing over to somebody through an email. But I don't think these are so much ATS friendly. But take a look. These are beautiful resume. I would just take a look at that. These resumes. Okay, look at that. Wow, this is nice. So he got open source, he got beach, he got PlayStation there, traveling, nice. This is interesting. And I'm pretty sure you can change it according to your use. So then I have this one, English, Russian and Japanese. Okay, nice. So this is a good place, Kick Resume, and then I have one more called resume.com. This is the most famous one. Your complete resume, all for free. These are all free. Free. Okay, if you are a student, you get a free stuff, that's fine. I was a student, I keep looking for free stuff. But if you are working, you already have some money in your bank account, please spend $50, $100 to build a good resume. It's not going to harm you. You are trying to find a job. It will not harm you. Okay, yes, I got the Zeti as well, brother Usman. Yeah, I have that. I think it's coming up. So but Zeti you have to pay, but it's a very nominal amount. So now, and you have this one next is your this is CV Maker. So this is also beautiful. So you see, my point is it's already available online. You just have to go sit down, maybe spend 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Let's spend a day, 8 hours, and create a good resume. You see. So this is CV Maker, and this is also interesting. I love the format of this website. So they say cake resume. Making a resume is a piece of cake, and I agree with that. If you have the experience, if you have the knowledge, it will be a piece of cake to create a resume. So look how easily she is creating a resume here. Should we put a picture on the CV, or does it not matter? No, I already covered that. No pictures on the resume. It doesn't matter. Okay. But pictures are not so friendly for ATS. Okay, applicant tracking system. Pictures are not so friendly. Okay, I don't know if they have improved it. This is 2020, so still I would not put pictures. You don't want to show your identity, kind of, your nationality, or your, you are an Asian, you are an American, you are a white. You don't want to do that. So just don't do it for now. Just put it in there. I would say don't do the pictures. So try it now. You can make a resume. Just choose any of these and create a good resume and start making your resume. Now, Zeti is also a good one. This is 15 best online resume builder. These are most of the time these are paid. Okay, Zeti resume builder. These are paid. You have to pay something here, but it's not a lot of money. Okay, it's a very nominal amount. Create your own resume. They charge a very nominal amount. If I'm not wrong, where is that? I think I saw it here in this site. So the price for this one, okay, here, 14-day full access, $2.7. Wow, man, that is nothing. Monthly plan is $6. Come on, we go to Starbucks, get the coffee, forget about the Starbucks for 1 day, go here, build your resume. Yearly access is $71.40. Hey, I don't see a point in getting the yearly access, but just get a monthly plan and just pay $6 and that's it. Premium try before you buy, pay when satisfaction with the result. Okay, so that's Zeti. Okay, so I'm gonna put this link right now in your chat box. Take a look at those, and this is another link for free resume. I'm going to also put that in there. I want to complete this before 11:30. Oh, we already passed 11:30. Okay, I am almost there. I have a lot to cover. Please stay tuned for more successful stories and tips, inshallah. Zeri, do we have any questions here now? Screen disappeared. Oh, did my screen disappear? Can you all see my screen, or it's gone? Yes, okay, we can. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go back to our slides. So this is interesting. So on the slides, I will also put those links, so don't worry about it. I have put some more links here on some helpful links, right, for freshers. So take a look at those. Excuse me. Okay, now going back, how to ace an interview. This is a big part. I want to spend like 5-10 minutes here and to cover this. I want all of you to, even if we go 10 minutes more than this time, 2 hours more, I would say please attend this. So inshallah, I want to cover everything. I don't want to give you half thing and cover 80% and leave you the 20% just to cover by yourself in the slides. So please, if you can spare a few more minutes after 1 o'clock, that's fine. Attend this, okay? How to ace an interview now. Now we know how to search the job. We know how to do networking. Now we know how to create a good resume and a cover letter. Now what is next? Once you got through the ATS system, they call you for the job, and now let's see how to ace the interview. So there are 2 types of interview, right? In person and online. So in person, go through the job requirement carefully and thoroughly. Please, please, please. This is the first thing I would say. Most of the time people overlook this. They just say, okay, they are looking for a Tableau developer, that's it. They don't look at the job description, what they are actually looking for. I would say, please, please, please go through, read. Keep reading, thoroughly read the job description carefully and cover each and every point. Cover each and every point and think and put down notes of what you want to talk about that point. Okay? So that's very important to prepare for your resume, for your interview. Write down all the questions, research, prepare, practice. Now, if you, let's say you are a fresher, you don't know what's going to happen in the interview. Now, what you have to do, reach out to somebody who is senior to you, who have much experience, write down. That's what I used to do. I was new in IT. So what I used to do was, let's say if I'm giving an interview for maybe somebody looking for a few years of experience from my end. So I don't know unless I work in that industry, but now I can easily crack the interviews, right? So what I used to do, I used to go to my seniors and I used to ask them, how would you answer this question? How would you tell this question? So they have a different perspective of answering the question than what we have, okay? Our perspective of answering the question is to dodge the question. I repeat that, dodge the question or just beat around the bush. But their way of answering the question is simply they will say, oh, this is easy, this is how I did, this is how you need to get that. Put it on a piece of paper and try to answer that. Answer the question interviewer asks you, if you don't have a lot of experience, through how your senior showed you. Okay. So that really helped. Believe me, that really helped me to answer good questions. I just kind of copied them. I just said however they said. The way my seniors explained me, okay, this is how you do, this is how we do. So I asked them questions this multiple times. I think Ilyas Bhai will remember this. I did ask him a lot of questions when I used to go for interviews. This was a few years back. So write down all the questions, research, prepare, practice. So if you say, let's say you're not able to find any senior, what now? No problem. Go on to Google, search for interview questions for business development manager, search for interview questions for IT fresher, search for interview question for networking guy, network developer, whatever the job title is. Research, prepare, spend some time, man. Getting an interview means they already selected you 50%. Your job is already 50% done. Interview is just the next 50%. Okay, the HR guy or the other people, the director, manager, they will not waste time on you if they're really not interested to hire you. They are doing this interview to hire you, not to fire you. They don't, believe me, these days people really don't have time to go and waste their time, half an hour, so they really don't have time. Practice well, research well. You are already in the door. You just have to, one step is already in there. You just have to get in there fully. So don't worry about it. Prepare well, answer all, write down all the questions you think they will ask. Every question which comes to your mind, and prepare for it. Spend a day, spend 2 days. I used to prepare for my interview like 3 days ahead. I used to prepare. I used to, even if it was an in-person interview, I used to go stand in front of a mirror and practice. And the same thing goes with the Skype. I used to open up the Skype. I used to practice how my impression, how my expressions are looking to the front person. So do that and prepare well. Now let's go ahead. Research about the company, its product and services and philosophy, and about the interviewer. Okay. Now it's not, you also know, I also know, it's not a big deal how to search. Okay, Google search, Google Sheikh is there. You can go on there and do the search about the interviewer name. You just type it on LinkedIn, you'll get the detail. Type it on Google with their company name, you will get their full history. Everything is open now. You can get their Facebook, you can get their, so just go on, research something, take a look at their Facebook profile. They might like fishing, right? Just in the interview, you can say, but honestly, you can say, I love, in past time, I would love to go to fishing, but I haven't really got a chance or a friend who can help me with that. So he will say, oh yeah, fishing. Oh yeah, I know about fishing. You see how we are connecting the dots? So that's how you are giving a personal touch to your interviewer. Am I clear? Is this helpful? There is no activity on the message box. Is everybody seeing? Did you guys had your chai and coffee? Okay. All right. There you go. I got few guesses here. Well, Sister Dalia, it depends how we practice. Believe me, if you practice well, yes, having a mentor is really helpful. But if you practice well, you don't have to worry about it. Believe me, in the beginning, I failed a lot of interviews. I went to an interview. I still remember I went to an interview in New York City, right? This interview lasted for 7 hours. Would you guys believe that? I went through all the rounds. I went to the CTO interview, and again after that they rejected me. I didn't see the point, right? I didn't see the point. So it happens. It's alhamdulillah, we give our best. So don't worry about it. Ultimately it will pick up. You will be so comfortable giving interviews that, oh my God, the front person is like, oh, it's easy, just hire him. So now, moving on. Research about the company's product, and now we will know your resume inside out. Okay, come on, guys. It's your resume. You need to know. You need to know what you are putting on your resume. If, let's say, you have send out a resume of 8 years, you need to know when the project started, when the project ended, where was the location, where was the position. You need to know inside out of your resume. Sometimes, and I know if your interviewer is a desi guy, oh, I know it's a heck of an interview. But also make sure if the guy is desi, you have to be very thorough with your resume. You need to know your resume inside out. If it is a American or white guy, or somebody else, not a desi guy, non-desi person taking the interview, they will not be so kind of beating around the bush. They'll ask you simple questions, and they will get you out from there. I see some echo. Okay, it's gone. So now, know your resume inside out, and make an effective eye contact with the interviewer, body posture, and dress to kill. If you are going for an in-person interview, please, for sake of Allah, please have a good body posture. I don't like people who are leaning and like an, I don't want to say, but like an old person, like 80, 90 years of person, like have a strong body posture, and dress to kill. And your body talks a lot about you, right? Whenever my wife goes for an interview or for an exam, I tell her to put Superman position. superwoman position. You know how Superman stands with his hands on his waist, right, and look in the sky. So science say that, you know, when you position yourself or put yourself, your body at relax in a kind of a powerful position, you gain confidence. So before going an interview, stand in front of the mirror, give that Superman or Superwoman look, and inshallah you will gain that confidence, inshallah. Try this out. I have tried it multiple times, and I have told to a lot of people, and they kind of come back and they say, brother, that really helped. So I said, Jazakallah khair. So give a good eye contact with the interviewer and dress well. Please dress well. If you don't have a good suit, please spend some money. We spend a lot of money on nonsense things. Why don't you spend some good money on buying a good suit for yourself, or maybe a navy blue color? I always have that in my closet. I have 2 or 3 navy blue colors. I always wear them when I'm going for a meeting or when I'm going for an interview. Please do that. Is there a way to find out which company takes walk-in interview? No, there is no such kind of walk-in interview no more. You have to apply. If you are selected, then only you go in. There is no such thing of walk-in interview now, unless it's a job fair. Right? What you want to achieve, take a break, think about it. So from this interview, what you want to achieve? You want to get the job. So don't talk all what you want to talk. No, take a pause, talk only which will make sense. Okay, let's move on. Improve your communication skills. I know we are coming from a different country. Our mother tongue is a different language, and we come here. English is not our first language, so that's fine. That's normal. 90%, I would say 80% of the world does not speak English. Okay, that's fine. Not 80%. I think 80% is too much. But if a lot of people in India, Pakistan, I mean, that's a lot of numbers. So I would say, let's say 50% of the population, they don't speak English. So that's fine. But improve your communication skills. Go on YouTube. I still do it. I still go on YouTube and look for new communication skills, how to improve my communication skills. It's an ongoing process, and believe me brother, whether you are looking for a job, whether you are looking to be successful at your current job, or you want to go up the ladder in your organization, whether you want to be successful in the business, communication skills will really help you long way, not just with business or job, with your family as well. If you are a good communicator, it will, believe me, wallahi, it will help with your family. I was in New York a few weeks back, 3 weeks back. I was talking to my brother and I asked him, do you say I love you to your wife? And he's like, oh, I was like, no, bhai, you know, it doesn't look good, you know, I feel shy. I said, what are you talking about? She's your spouse. You need to tell her. She needs to know. Do you tell her? Do you tell your spouse? Do you tell your parents? Do you tell your kids that you love them? How would you tell them if you have good communication skills? So please improve your communication skill. It will not only help you with just a job, but it will help you improve your whole life inside out. Believe me, communication skills really matters. Wallahi, it matters. So I want to really stress on that. It is must to wear suit for interview. Yes, of course. Come on. Sometimes, no, I don't remember when I went to an interview without a suit. So I always wear a suit. For sisters, you know, sometimes you don't have to wear a suit, but you can wear formal dresses. And yes, for sister also you can wear suits sometimes. Yeah. Improve your communication skills. I would say navy blue. Stick to navy blue. That's the best color for any interview. Answer to the point. Okay, don't beat around the bush. Answer to the point. Say don't know if you don't know. If they ask you something, if you don't remember this, you don't recognize this, just say, you know, it's not coming on top of my head. Please pardon me. And if you hear a question but you're not able to understand it, ask them. If you are online or if you are in person, ask them one more time. Could you please repeat that for me? Could you pardon me? I didn't get your point. Could you please repeat that for me? Don't worry. And now, if you, let's say they ask you, the interview is going well, and all of a sudden in the middle, the interviewer asks you one question and you are totally blank and you answer some gibberish thing. You answered it wrong. Don't worry about it. Don't panic. Just move on. Okay? Don't worry about it. Don't panic. Okay? Don't panic. You're going to mess up the whole interview. Next 20 minutes, he's going to mess it up. Don't worry about it. Just move on. Okay. Support your strength by examples. Give the example. People love to hear stories. Believe me, in interviews, I talk a lot of my stories. Wallahi, I talk about stories in my life. And people love to hear stories. So give them some stories, but don't brag a lot of big stories, just few stories, right? In and out, like 1 or 2, 3 stories, 3 stories in a half an hour interview, that's fine. 1 minute, 2 minute story, that's fine. Communication skills, just there are n number of avenues, brother. You can even get a master's degree, a PhD degree online nowadays. What about communication skills? There are plenty of avenues. Support your strength by examples. Remember, your answer reflect who you are. So please, sometimes they ask you a question which will gauge your honesty. So be honest, answer because your answers will reflect who you are. Prepare your questions well. If you see, most of the time you go to an interview without preparing for any questions. You need to ask some questions. Prepare at least 2 questions for them, for the interviewer. At the end, they're going to definitely ask, the first question they're going to ask, okay, Dawood, tell me about yourself. And at the end, they're going to ask, do you have any questions for me, Dawood? So I always prepare my question and I ask them. Okay. Now, do not lie. Do not lie. If you don't know anything, just say don't know about it, or just but don't lie. Okay. Don't lie. It doesn't look good. Okay. Now, some interviewer manner. Be prompt, on time. Bring all the documents which they requested. Phone on silent. Put the phone on silent. I would not even carry my phone. I will put my phone in my car. And greet well. Greet with a beautiful smile, a big smile. Allah has made us beautiful. So show your teeth, smile. Smiling is a sunnah. So inshallah, smile well. Inshallah, everything will go well. Now, phone interview. Some tips for phone interview. I'm not going to go in detail. I'll just put it in there. But ask me if you have any question. Dial in on time. Most of the time they do not. Oh man, come on. We recently interviewed a guy for ALMPG, this fellow, subhanallah, he spent 20 minutes just to get online. He wasted our time. That is not a good impression. Come on, that is not a good impression. If you knew that your internet is gonna mess up, you have to prepare well. You have to put a good headset. You have to check if your mic is working or not. Come on, you cannot waste time with the interviewer. That's not a very good impression, because you are not in person to show them how beautiful you are or how lovely you look. No, you are on phone. So the best way is to do that is to be on time, be ready, your mic is working, your video is working, your audio is working well, okay? When asked, introduce yourself. Don't just go, okay, hi, this is Dawood, and start your story. No. Let them start first, and then you answer the question. Okay. Remember the name of the interviewer and respond to them with their names. Okay. Respond to them with their names. Remember their names. Share your work experience which is relevant. Don't share work experience which really doesn't matter. Let's say you are applying for a position of HR manager, and now you're talking in your interview about how you played well in cricket, how you were a master in cricket. No, not cricket, but I would say how you did well in your sales. No, sales is different, HR is different. Come on, these are two different, these are North Pole and South Pole. So you don't have to talk about sales, just stick to HR experience as well. Be honest, again I'm saying be honest, do not dodge the question. If you don't know the question, just say, pardon, it's not on top of my head, I don't remember this, but I did work on that, but I did have experience on that, that's it. And ask them question about the environment if possible. About their environment, right? How the work culture is, how many team members are there. This is online, this is on phone, right? Conclude interview by thanking them and with a desire to join. Okay, you should always end the interview with a note with a desire to join. Okay, now any questions so far? We are really running out of time. I have let's say, let me continue for 15 more minutes. Inshallah, we'll end this. Jazakallah khair. I hope I am not going fast. I want to cover everything. I don't want to go really fast so that you can't understand. Okay. Interview, few more tips. These are really good tips. I would just lay down here. Before interview, right? Go through thorough your resume. Go through your JD. Learn your technology well or your field well. Talk to senior, get some practical examples. These are practical notes. These are practical tips. Believe me, this will definitely help you. Prepare your notes. Learn and master your resume in and out. Brother Abdul, what kind of links you are looking for? Put it in the chat box. Prepare your notes well. Learn and master your resume in and out. Yes, I'm going to put that in the slides. Don't worry, you will get that. During interview, introduce. So you see, whenever I go for an interview, when it's an online or it's an in-person interview, I take my 4 or 5 minutes or 6 minutes to introduce myself really well. You have to, like on a resume, you have that introduction summary, right? In the same manner, when they ask you to introduce yourself, oh my God, we took an interview of this guy, right? We asked him to introduce himself, and he's like, okay, my name is this, I live here. No, we're not talking about living. Everything is there on the resume. We want to know real you, who you are actually. Okay, you do not want to introduce your resume with your lips. No, they are not talking about that introduction. They are talking about what you really are, who you really are. Let me give you an example. Somebody let me, if they ask me how to, okay, Dawood, okay, the interview started, we greeted well, and the interview started, right? They asked me, okay, Dawood, introduce yourself. So what am I going to say? Okay, my name is Dawood Ahmed. They already know my name. Okay, so what I start is that I do not start with my resume. I would say I have 10, 15 plus of years of experience. It's strange how I got into this in this field is that, you know, I come from a business family where I had this business background from childhood. I started early, working at a really early age, right? Maybe 10, maybe 11, or maybe before that. And I have this really good mindset about business and understanding the business. And then on the other hand, when I learned about technology, I was really very much interested into technology. At the age of 14 or 15, I got my C++ certification. So I wanted to go into a field where I can utilize my business skills and my technology knowledge together. So I came to know about this field called business intelligence. That's how I ended up in business intelligence, and I have been working in this field from last 10, 15 years. So that's how you should introduce yourself. Do you guys see the difference? Talking about resume is something else, and introducing about yourself is something else. Is this making sense to you all? I have 74 attendees in this audience. Can I have some yes? If you have some questions, please feel free to ask me. But you see, this creates so much better impact, right? So much better. Prepare, and believe me, this does not come to me like all of a sudden, no, from the sky. No, this came to me by practice. So write it down, put it on a piece of paper. It should not exceed 3 to 4 minutes. You know, put it on a piece of paper, stand in front of a mirror, and kind of, you know, give that introduction. Be smile and just practice, inshallah. Okay. And now second part, introduction is done. Now second part, give them only that meat which you want them to chew. What it means is that you go on to an interview. This is very important, guys. Please take a note of this. Understand this, what I'm trying to say. If you want to go there, let's say they are offering you a job of Tableau guy, right? Now you go there. This is does everybody know what Tableau is? I don't want to confuse you guys. You all with the if you're not from IT background. If you don't know, just say no. I'll change something else. Okay, that's fine. I will take a different example. Let's say you went for an interview for an HR guy, right? HR guy. Now you have some HR experience, you have some sales experience, and you have some IT experience. So when you go there, in HR also, let's say, so first of all, you're not going to talk about IT and sales. Forget about those. That's not the question. Now, what you're going to do is, in HR also, there are multiple applications which HR people use, right? So now they are asking on their job description, they say they need somebody with this experience or this HR application knowledge. So you're going to go in there, be thorough with that application knowledge, but you're not going to say you know this and this and this and open avenues saying that you know all the applications, right? You're going to give them only that meat which you want them to chew. If you tell them you know Yahoo application, you know Google application, you know LinkedIn application, then they will start asking you questions on LinkedIn, Yahoo, and they will get diverted from the first one. The original one was company's application. Now they will start asking you questions on Google, Yahoo, and LinkedIn. You see, you will give them only that meat which you want them to chew. You're not going to give them more. Okay, does that make sense? Am I making sense here? Yes, and believe me, this has worked for me every time I use this. Okay, this have worked every time I have used that in any of my interviews. And be polite. Next point is be polite. End with a strong note. Now, really, interview went well. Let's say you messed up 2-3 questions. That's fine. Don't panic. At the end, you have to end with a really strong note. So you tell them, hey Tom, hey John, I know, thank you so much for giving me your time. It was a pleasure being here, and you guys, search on Google some of the good lines. But what I would end with that, I would really say them, looking into their eyes. I would say, if you're really looking for somebody who can just deliver, walk the walk, talk the talk, then I am the person who you need to hire. I'm the person who you want to hire. So I really give them that 1 or 2 liner which will really kind of blow their mind out. They are like, oh my God, this man is like, he really wants to get into our company and want to achieve something. Okay, so you see, ending with a very strong note will help you really get into their eyes. And believe me, it is not so simple, right? Not a lot of people do this. They will just say hi, hello, and they are just out of, like, there are pins under their underneath their on the seat on which they are sitting. No. End with the strong note. When I end with this strong note called Triple H policy. I think ALMPG team knows about it because we follow this. When I was a child, my father taught me this policy, right? Triple H policy. Triple H is not the WWE person. Triple H means honesty, hard work, and humility. So my father told me that, you need to stick to these policy, honesty. You have to be honest in all the times and speak honestly, and you have to work hard. Work hard. There is no if, only there is no but. You have to work hard. You have to work hard. Please, there is no second way. You have to work hard and you have to be humble in your dealings. Let's say if a person is very honest and he's a lazy, a lousy person, will you hire them? No. Same thing happens if a person is really hardworking guy, but he is a dishonest person and he cheats people. Nobody's going to trust that person. Now, the third scenario is if a person is honest as well as hardworking guy. Now, that person becomes arrogant. So, if you remove that arrogance and bring in humility, inshallah ta'ala, you will go a long way. Does this make sense? So, at the end, I conclude with this note that my father always said this. So, if you are looking for somebody who can deliver, who can come to the position and take responsibility, take ownership of their work, then I am the right guy to hire for you to hire me for this position. That's it. Believe me, boom, you are done. You already got the job. Okay? Try this out. Okay? So you have to prepare well your introduction and your ending slide. And you can please use this Triple H policy. If you want to use this, just say my uncle told me this. So you can, you don't want to lie, but my father is your uncle, so just say, or your brother told me I'm your brother, so just say your brother taught you this. So that's some of the real life examples which I have done that. Okay, so now moving on, employer looks for. What does an employer look for? That's my son Omar. Please pardon him. He just woke up and we are in the PST time zone, so he's just having his fun. So employer looks for teamwork, responsibility, a responsible person, commitment to career, commercial awareness, who has awareness of the commerce or the business, career motivation, decision making, honesty, and hard work. And see a few of the things. I got this through the research, so these are not my made up. Every slide you see, I spend hours on creating this deck. Wallahi, I have spent hours, weeks, and months. These slides I have created years back, and I am still using and I still keep updating them. Okay, so this is not made up stories, or these are not made up bullet points. I have done complete research and I am putting you data which really makes sense. Okay, just for your knowledge, I am not putting those bullet points just for the sake to fill up my my slides. Okay, how to succeed. So alhamdulillah, we are at the end. We will take 10 more minutes and we are done, inshallah. So how to really succeed. Now you all know how to find a job, how to do networking, how to create a resume, and how to crack an interview. Now the only thing you guys need to know how to be successful at all of this. Okay, are you guys ready? Can I have some yes or no's? MashaAllah, right. MashaAllah, by the way, we have 75 people in our session now. Inshallah. Okay, let's begin. So, habits to become successful. And one of the best habits which I have noticed or I have felt is that if you want to be successful, be in the company of successful people. Be in the company of good people who have good moral, good conduct, and good character. Don't be with people who have a bad character, who have a negative energy around them. You just see some people who are really negative, and you can easily know these are negative people. We have to be away from that. They will do more harm to you than anything else. Okay, be in good company. Goals and plan setting, days, week, month, and years. I have read this again and again and again and again. Plan accordingly. Put down your goals. Put down your goals in front of you that you want to achieve. You want to get your jobs in 3 months. Give yourself a target. Let's say in 2 months, and do whatever you can in that 2 months. Do everything which is in your power to get that job. Put that right in front of you. That's your goal by end of. Oh, Brother Ryan is saying, speak a little bit louder. Let me do that. Okay, so put in your goals and plan in front of you so that you can take a look at that every single day when you wake up, whether it's in your bathroom where you brush, or whether when you wake up, when you see the mirror, put it in there so that you know that time is passing by. What I do is I put in my house, I have a whiteboard. I put the dates if I want to achieve something. So I'll give you a quick example. Don't laugh at me. So my wife was in India for a few months. So we challenged each other to lose some weight. So she gave me 90 days to lose 30 pounds, and I gave her 90 days to lose 30 pounds. So what I did, I put those 90 days, single days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the dates. 21, 22, 23. So I put those dates, and wallahi, every single day I used to mark it green when I used to go to gym and work out and had a healthy meal. And by alhamdulillah, I was not able to lose 30 pounds, but I lost almost 18 pounds in those 3 months. So alhamdulillah, when you see the numbers in front of you, it will encourage you. Believe me, wallahi, it encourages you. That okay, oh, the time is running by. Oh, I have to achieve this. I have to achieve this. So this is a really good goal and plan setting, and most of the successful people, they do this. Okay, if you are not doing this, learn to do this. Now, hard work, no cheating, there is no luck. The one thing which I really admire my wife for, when we got married, and the best thing she told me was that there is no such thing called luck. If you work hard, you will get it, and wallahi, I believe in that. There is no such thing called luck. There is no luck. Allah helps those who help themselves. God helps those who then help themselves. One of the companion of the Prophet Muhammad, he came to him and he asked him, "Oh, Ya Rasulullah, O Prophet of Allah, O Prophet of God, should I tie my camel or put my trust in God?" The Prophet Muhammad said, first tie the camel and then put your trust in Allah and in your God. So you see, so there is no such thing called luck. You work hard and God will definitely reward you. That is the law of God. He will not let your hard work go in vain. Okay, He will not let your hard work go in vain. Wallahi, believe me, I 110% believe in this. If I don't see results, I go back and ponder upon what did I do. Did I work hard? Did I put in the effort? Did I really make that effort to achieve that? If I have done that, then if I have not done that, then I have to be honest to myself. Okay, in front of people I can say a lot of things, but you have to be honest to yourself. So now, hard work, no cheating, no luck. Forgive, forget, and apologies. Okay, this is the principle of my life. I have made it in my life. Forgive people, forget what they have done to you, and apologize. We are very much backward in these things. We do not want to forgive people who have wronged you, who have done something bad to you. Believe me, successful people always forgive and forget. I will give you one of my family members. Both husband and wife, they were very rude, and they started a fight with me and with my wife. Wallahi, this is a true story, and we were devastated that how could they do that to us, own family member. And guess what happened? So then me and my wife decided, let's forgive them. We are elders. Let's forgive them and let's forget about that. And wallahi, alhamdulillah, that has helped us so much that I can't tell you. We just forgive and we forgot about them. And even I bought a lot of gifts for them, and alhamdulillah, everything is much better than what they had. And they apologize. Wallahi, they didn't apologize. After we mend the relationship, we were nice to them, they apologized to us. So alhamdulillah, this is the way forward. And that's how the Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of God, and all the Prophets of God has taught us to do that. So please forgive and forget. It's your family member, your spouse, your children, your whoever it is. Forgive, forget, and just apologize. And most of the time, if we have wronged somebody, please, 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 what are you doing? You are cheating yourself. You want to be successful? Apologize. If you have done a mistake, be a man, be a human being. Take that seriously and apologize to that person. Okay, that's how it should be. Okay, so this is really important, guys, and I have done a lot of research to figure this out, and alhamdulillah, I have learned this a hard way. I don't want you all to learn this a hard way. This is an easy way for you. Do this, start implementing. And now, quick tip, a quick FYI, scientist, psychiatrist. My wife is in the medical field, and I do a lot of medical research as well. I mean, kind of reading. So I also learned that science now proves that those people who keep the grudges in themselves, their health goes bad. They get heart problems, they get problems, they get everything. So the science also suggests that if somebody has wronged you, just forget about it. Just forget about it. It's going to harm you. It's not going to harm them. Some people are idiots. They don't know how to deal with people, but you are not idiot. You are a experienced person. You want to be successful. That's the difference between a successful and a not successful person. That successful person know their aim. They know that forgive, forget, and apologize, and they move on in their life. They do not stick to their grudges and they hold it for years and years. Come on, man. For years, you're going to put something in your heart, and whenever you see that person or that family, you're like, oh man, I still don't want to talk to this guy. No. So inshallah. So forgive, forget, and apologize. Being thankful. Be thankful to people. Allah says those who are not thankful to people, they are not thankful to Him. God says those who are not thankful to Him, to people, they are not thankful to the Creator. So be thankful to people. Thank your spouse, thank your family members, thank your brothers and sisters, whoever you want. And then cleanliness. Be clean, man. Come on, successful people always make your nails, make your hair a good hair. Be clean, dress well. Always create a good impression of yourself in front of people. Do not dress, when you go. I see people coming to office in jeans and t-shirt. Oh, come on. That is not a professional way. In the same way somebody invited you to their house, you go in a jeans or you go in some which is going to offend them. Cleanliness and dressing, it really makes a good impact about you. Believe me, wallahi, it makes a really great impact. One example I would give you, since the beginning, since my intermediate, since my undergrad, I used to go to my school wearing a pant and a shirt. I hardly remember when I wore jeans or a t-shirt in my undergrad. People used to ask me, why do you wear that? I tell them, this is my way of paying respect to my teachers or respect to the front person. I went and met my brother-in-law. They were dressed, informally, but I went in dressed really well. So he was super impressed, and he told my wife that your husband came in, he was dressed really well. Not just me, my brother and my sister, we all dressed well, and they were very impressed. And that way, that shows that you are really giving importance to that front person or your host. So please, 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 dress well and be clean, and this will help you. Being punctual, alhamdulillah,
I am trying to be there. I cannot say that I am the best person to do this, but I am trying there, and I would say a lot of us are not good at this, but I would say definitely please do that. My wife is really good at that, and she always blames me, oh, you are not punctual. So that's the honor, guys. That's honesty there. So please be punctual. I am developing this habit. Please do this, inshallah. Now, but some companies dress code culture. Yes, you are right, brother Naveed. I'll give you a good example. I was in a different team in Kaiser. I was working for an IT team, and it was a chill environment. Nobody cared what you wear. But I went to office every single day wearing a formal shirt and pants. Guess what happened when I left the team? Before leaving the team, my manager told me, I have never seen anybody in my whole career who was dressed so professionally like Dawood. Believe me, people will notice and people will take you seriously. When you dress well, people will take you seriously. So that's the feedback. Wallahi, that's the feedback I got from my managers, from my seniors. That, you know, I always dress well. And he was like, oh my God, come on, man. Dawood, you are putting us to shame. Whenever I used to go dress well, and my managers or my seniors who used to come in jeans and t-shirts, they were like, Dawood, come on, man. You are putting us to shame. We don't want to. Believe me, what happens? Because it takes a lot to dress, to iron your shirt, your pant, and wear and go. It's not easy, right? It shows that how dedicated you are. So that's also part of showing dedication. So these are some of the habits of a successful people to become successful. So please take a screenshot of this and save it in your phones. Now, these are some habits, but what are the qualities? What are the qualities of most successful people? Qualities, I'm going to just put it in there. I got this from this book, which I was reading, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and few other books which I combined, and I have summarized this for you. Some of the quality of most successful people. Think and Grow Rich is a book written by Napoleon Hill, and I think in this book the person has researched or met almost 700 people. Most successful people in this current world, and this is what they found out, why they are successful, because of some of their qualities. And what are their qualities? Believe, big thought, and have end goal. All of these big organizations which are run by these big people, they always have this big thought and have an end vision. Look at Elon Musk, right? He has this vision of providing people with this electronic car. Nobody had this vision, right? But he had this vision, and now look how successful this is. He is. Not just him, he kind of changed the whole industry model. Not just a company, he did not create a company, but he revolutionized the whole industry. So that's the power of big thought and having an end goal and being honest to yourself. This is really important. If I have done wrong, wallahi, I blame myself first. Be honest to yourself. Most of the successful people, they are honest to yourself and they take blame for their mistakes. I will not lie to you. Whenever I did mistake, whether it's in front of my spouse, in front of my family, in front of my colleagues, I take the blame. I just say, it was my fault. I did this. Take the blame for yourself. Be honest to yourself. Okay? Desire and imagination. Science also proved that if you really desire something, you should start imagining it. Let's say you don't have a job now, right? So you're going to imagine that after you get the job, what you're going to do with that money and how you're going to spend that money and how you will be successful and all your problems will be gone. Just start imagining that. Inshallah, you will start doing what it takes to be there. Okay? This is by science. Science says that if you imagine something, you will be able to achieve it. So I always give my wife this imagination that she will not just become a doctor, she will become a head of a department and run institutions, help people who are in need. And I am instilling in her mind that just becoming a doctor is not a big deal. There are numerous doctors, but doing more than what it takes, that's the imagination you need to put in your kids, in your spouse, in your family members, in yourself. Okay? So imagination, put that imagination works so well. Imagination works so well. Specialized knowledge. If you don't have to be a pro in everything. You need to have knowledge about everything, but you need to have some specialized skills. So focus on those specialized knowledge. Like Elon Musk, he is specialized in this car. He is not specialized in everything. He wanted to try that other product as well, right? What was that product? The sunroof, which can give you electricity, right? But he failed on that. That business is not booming because his expertise was in car, right? So focus on that expertise. Inshallah, you will be successful. Okay. Desire a decision maker or a procrastinator. This is very important. Are you a decision maker or are you a procrastinator? Okay. So be a decision maker. Don't be a procrastinator. If you want to make decision, get the 6-second rule. Count for 6. I think I read it somewhere, 6 or 5-second rule. You count for 5, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you just boom, take the decision. If you want to go out, you are just deciding, oh, I want to go out, it's cold, or no. Count for 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. You boom, you take the decision. If you are going out, you get up and you run outside. That's it. If you are going to gym, you decided in 5 seconds, or 5, count for 5, or count for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, I'm going to gym tonight or today. So be a decision maker, organized. Wallahi, one of the person I have seen who is very much organized in my life is Brother Ilyas. He's a fantastic person with beautiful organization skills. I love it and I admire him for his skills. So I have not seen him, and I have seen my younger brother. My younger brother, I am not a really organized person in the sense my table or my setup or kind of my notes are not so much organized. I am creative, but I'm not organized, but that's fine. But I'm developing this habit of becoming organized. Umar Raju, come on. Come. So being organized and self-control, have self-control on yourself. Don't be lazy. Anger is one of the things where we have to control ourselves. Channelize your emotion. Most of these successful people, they channelize their emotion. If somebody said them something bad, they're not gonna waste their time thinking about it or pondering upon it. They will move on and use that anger, use that emotion to become successful. Okay. Control your fear. Be fearless. You don't have to fear with somebody. Either it is a yes or a no. It's not a life or death situation. Is it a yes or is it a no? If it is yes, just say yes. That's it. Okay. Now, people are leaving, so I will just end with this here. Take a note of this, and inshallah, if you have any questions, ask me. Now, things to become successful, I said in the post that I will also share some du'as. So one of the beautiful dua that Prophet Muhammad recited most of the time was that رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ, which means, oh our Lord, give us in this world the best, and in the hereafter that which is the best, and save us from the punishment of hellfire. This was one of the most recited dua of Prophet Muhammad, by Prophet Muhammad. So we use this dua, a dua of Musa alayhi salam. This dua I have personally used in my life, been there, done that, and seen the result. Okay, Rabbi inni liman. Not a lot of people know this dua. They know this dua called Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, which is also a dua for beautiful speech. But this dua, Musa alayhi salam asked this dua when he accidentally killed one of the Pharaoh's guy, and they were searching him to kill him, because at that time it was just life for life, death for death. So Musa alayhi salam, without food or anything, he just ran from Egypt to a place called Madian. I don't know what it's called now. So he just started running from there, and it took him days. He was days without food. He was hungry. He was totally done, right? And now he was just super tired. And then he went and he saw a lake where there was these men who were who brought in their animals for water, right? But they were not letting. There were other two women. They were not giving a chance to those women, right? And those women came there with their animals, with their sheep and herds, but they were not getting a chance. So Musa alayhi salam went there. Prophet Moses went there, and he helped them out. He helped the woman animals, and he came back and sat under a tree. And look, first he made the effort, he did a good thing, and then he made this dua. He made this dua that, oh my Lord, truly I am in need of whatever good you bestow on me. That's it. The moment he said this dua, what happened? I believe you all know the story. What happened was that those two girls went to their father and they told her father that, we found a man who's honest and who's very manly, heavy build, because he was very powerful, Musa alayhi salam, because he helped those girls with all those sheep, and he was very respectful. So they told him, their father, and their father said, okay, bring that guy to me. So he got the guy, Moses came to their father, and their father asked him, would you marry one of my daughter? So he got a spouse, and then he also offered him a contract job for a contract for like 10 years or 8 years. I don't remember exactly how many years, but it's mentioned in the Quran. You can refer to that. But he also got a job, he got a house, he got a spouse. Look at that. Just by this dua, he got everything. And just to fulfill the sunnah of Musa alayhi salam, believe me guys, if you are out of job, I was out of job for almost a year or more than that. So I made this dua, same thing. I sat under a tree and I cried and I made this dua. And wallahi, Allah has turned the tables for me. So please use this dua. That's why I'm stressing on this dua. Dua of Yunus alayhi salam, we all know this dua. If you are in any kind of difficulty, please recite this dua. Dua of Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min. No, this dua is La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. Make this dua, inshallah, if your prayers will be answered. And dua of Ayyub alayhi salam, if you are in distress, you have a disease, you have a health problem, recite this dua. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah, Allah will give you shifa. So those were some of the duas, and some few more things. Seek forgiveness, a lot of forgiveness, make a lot of forgiveness, because Allah says in the Quran, God Almighty ask forgiveness from your Lord. Indeed, He is oft forgiving. He will send down rain from the sky upon you in abundance, and provide you with wealth and children, and make for you gardens and make for you rivers. So you see the benefit of asking for forgiveness. So seek forgiveness from your Creator, and recite a lot of durood. Okay, one sister is asking to show the slide. So this is the slide of the dua. Take a screenshot. You got that? Okay. Now a second thing, recite durood, recite Surah Waqiyah, because Prophet Muhammad said Surah Waqiyah is the surah of wealth. So please recite this surah. I used to recite this and I still do it sometimes. So please recite this surah and help somebody in need. Hey, it's not always about asking for help. Help who is in need. Inshallah, Allah will help you, your God will help you, because you helped somebody who was in need. So help somebody, inshallah, Allah will help you. Pray tahajjud. Tahajjud has always helped me when I'm stressed out, when I have a really huge difficulty, I pray tahajjud. Same thing with my wife, we pray tahajjud. So inshallah, pray tahajjud and ask your parents. If you are married, the best dua you can ask is after your parents is your spouse. So ask your spouse to make dua for you, inshallah. And it has worked for me, and alhamdulillah, I keep telling my wife that your duas are always accepted when you make for me. So whenever I'm in some trouble, I ask her to make dua for me. So utilize the free time you have to help others and get close to your Creator. Don't think that you don't have a job, it's at the end of the world. Utilize this time to help somebody and get closer to your Creator. Learn about Deen, learn about being closer to your Creator. So that's all I have for things to be winner. So inshallah, now if you guys have questions, I will take only 5 questions. Please put your questions. I will just go to that dua slide. People are asking for it. Okay, you ask for it and here it is. Oh, hold on. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Take a screenshot, please. Brothers and sisters, please don't worry. I'm gonna give you guys these slides. I'm not gonna make any changes, so don't worry. You'll get everything. Okay. If you are a member of ALMPG, inshallah, if you haven't registered, please register. It's a free platform. We are not asking for any help. We are just asking you to join ALMPG and help each other. Okay? You help somebody if somebody sends a post, and somebody will help you if you need some help. Okay? There is no conditions. There is no if, no but, no condition whatsoever. It's a 100% free platform for people who need help. Okay? Or who wants to help. So that's all. And let's take some questions. Thank you for such a great session, Brother Daud. This is amazing. Question, may Allah reward you. Please I would make dua for the team member of ALMPG because they also help. Please do make a sequel too. What do you mean by sequel? Give me some ideas, I'll make some sequel. Okay. And mashallah, jazakallah khair, Brother Khurram, for your kind words. And jazakallah khair, everybody. It's a must to show your achievement in numbers and percentage. Yes, please, in your resume, please do that. Brother, Sister Miral, Rabia Sheikh, training resources for changing in IT field. Sister Rabia, just send me an email. Rabia, send me an email. I'll see how if we can connect together. Usually, guys, Saturday or Sunday after 2 p.m. PST, I dedicate half an hour to answer any of your questions on phone. So you can directly call me as well. Okay. Just send me an email. I will inshallah set up a session with you. Okay. Oh, okay. The questions are done. Now I want to just introduce you guys about Startup Council. Startup Council is a non-profit organization where we are helping minority entrepreneurs. If you have an idea but don't know what to do with it, but we will inshallah help you. It's like an incubator for minorities. So you come in and we will help you with to build your business with your idea. But it has to be a technology idea. That's a hint. We are not helping the traditional businesses. We are only helping technology businesses. Okay. So just it's a free platform. It's a non-profit organization. There are same thing with this one. There is no if and but. We will just guide you. You have to do the work. By the way, so we are not like here to do your work. We will just guide you. We have 70 plus mentors, 70 plus team members. Alhamdulillah, 50 plus now. We are all entrepreneurs, community leaders, and alhamdulillah experienced people. So inshallah we will help you. This is just an organization started out of helping the community entrepreneurs. Okay. Now ALMPG. Okay, if you are not a member of ALMPG, please register for ALMPG. Connect with us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or and you can download our applications as well and support our members. You know, spread the word. Inshallah. We are not asking much. If you can do so, this will be great. Jazakallah khair. And finally, it is time to say goodbye. Umar, say goodbye. So Umar is here with me. So inshallah, Umar is also saying Allah Hafiz. He's saying goodbye. So Jazakallah khair, everybody, for joining in. May may Allah accept my efforts and team of my team members, ALMPG team members. May Allah accept our efforts and reward all of you. Please reach out to me or any ALMPG team members. If I'm not able to answer, you can email on moderator@ALMPG. I am busy with a lot of stuff. If I respond late, please don't mind because I am busy, a family person, and busy with a lot of other stuff. So I will definitely get back to you guys. Okay. So make dua for everybody, for me and my family, ALMPG team, and everybody who participated. So with this note, I want to end with this dua, inshallah. So, oops, what happened? So I want to end this with dua. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. This is your brother Dawood with ALMPG team. Jazakumullah khair for joining in. We will see you guys next time. I'll get a sequel of this. Inshallah, we will see you guys then. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.